The snatch. So we start with kettlebell on the ground, we're going to swing it between our legs and catch it into one fluid motion into the lockout. Yeah? So here, boom, and everything is basically like the lockout of any overhead lift, be it a press, push press, jerk, Turkish get-up, whatever you want. Okay? Make sure the shoulder's not up but down. The kettlebell is centered directly over my shoulder, yeah, for the front view and the side view. Now the tricky part usually is coming down without getting blisters or ripping your hands. So what we want to think here is that the kettlebell is still in contact with the forearm and rolling around. Yeah? So my palm now is going to face up to the ceiling. The elbow is coming forward and the whole arm is falling as one unit. Right, it's going to get about here, and now I want to make sure that the kettlebell here is going to jump to the base of my finger so I can go to my next swing. Yeah? So remember that you start gripping the kettlebell down here, not up here. So there's an actual jump happening for the insertion. Yeah? Boom. Now you can add the little dip under. Sometimes it helps people get the timing right. You can also do the snatch by having the bell flipping over the arm. It increases the trajectory, but some people feel more confident about it, so it will look like this over the wrist. Yeah. Now you want to make sure that the kettlebell comes in contact with the forearm in this position here, and then you just go to the overhead position. If you wait any longer, yeah, the kettlebell is going to flip over your forearm and is going to smack and bruise it. So get used to flipping it early and assisting the lift to the end. Otherwise, you choose the corkscrew method where the kettlebell wraps around. Yeah? So here comes from the side and finishes the lift. Now, to make sure that it's easier to do the corkscrew method, you have to, regardless of how you start the lift with the thumb orientation that you want, that when you reach that level, you've got the neutral hand, neutral grip on the kettlebell, so the kettlebell can just roll around and you finish the lift. Yeah? So typically, you want to, as you pull up, and you can see that the kettlebell is rising up with the handle vertical, and then boom, you reach the lookout. Yeah? So the corkscrew on the way down, corkscrew on the way up. The half snatch is a technique that you can use to make it safer for people in the beginning stages. Very important, so they don't get a bad experience by ripping their hands, where they drop the kettlebell into the rack and then carry on. It also stimulates a higher demand or recruitation for your hip and leg muscles, because the pendulum is shorter. Yeah, we're dropping the kettlebell from the shoulder, so you've got a shorter pendulum on the way down, so you've got less chance of storing energy for the way up, which is going to end up with a straight arm. So it's a good learning process. It's also a good way to make sure you're really using your hip to drive the swing and the kettlebell above.